Meowdy marketing moguls, welcome to MEOWKET Mayhem. I'm Zach, your resident Catboy consultant. Welcome to the best, worst, and weirdest news in the world of business. Let's go. Plains Pog. I guess you could say so. We're going to be talking about Southwest. Perhaps you've seen them in the news lately. Southwest has been having a truly terrible time. Southwest will limit hiring and drop 4 airports after a loss. American Airlines is also having a bad time. There are a number of companies that are struggling right now. But Southwest said that it lost $231 million, and CEO Robert Jordan said that the airline was reacting quickly to address our financial underperformance. They cited that they had some weak demand in some areas, although the revenue was at a record high of $6.3 billion, implying that it's mostly labor costs that suck, which had a 19% jump in labor costs. So, that's not to be scoffed at, right? That said, they get rid of 4 different airports. They get rid of Cozumel in Mexico, Bellingham, Washington, Syracuse, New York, and George Bush Intercontinental Airport in Houston. No, not Bellingham! No, not the Bellingham Airport! We all love the Bellingham Airport! So, they start off by saying, okay, we're going to stop working at these 4 different airports. And then on top of that, they go up to some of their employees and they're like, hey guys, would you like to take some unpaid time off really quickly? And maybe they took it like, I don't know. It's not something that made any sort of substantial anything in response, right? But in June 2024, the hedge fund Elliott Management amassed a $1.9 billion stake in the company, which is 11% of $18 billion in a company, which is a large amount. June 2024, this was only 2 or so months after they had this big announcement that they lost a significant amount of money. Now, it wasn't the end of the world, but now when this company comes in, they are what's known as an activist firm. And an activist firm, what they do is they come into places and they then try to say, okay, we need to make change now. So they put a large foot forward and then try to assert their dominance. How this works is, let's say that there's 100% voting power represented by these 100 boxes, right? They have 11% of the shares, so they have 11% of the votes. So this isn't a majority, so they aren't capable of simply saying, this CEO sucks, so let's have him leave. But they can go up to people and say, hey, you guys would like him gone too, right? Like, I'm not alone in this. You guys would like him gone too? So they start writing out letters. But, of course, this doesn't make the CEO, this is what the CEO looks like when he's angry, not very happy. He says, I'm not going down without a fight. And then he lays off about 2,000 people. Everybody else is going down without a fight. Get out of my fucking office. We're firing everyone. This is the first time in the 54-year history of the company that they have massive corporate cuts. Like... this has not even happened during COVID, for the record. They have never, ever done a huge corporate layoff like that. All of that is whatever, but if you didn't know, there are exactly 3 things that Southwest has always sold on. There are 3 things. First off is that they're cheap. They have not touched this one, and they really can't even if they wanted to. That's their entire branding. They would have to fundamentally reposition themselves otherwise. These are ads from the 70s. Can you name the airline with low fares on every seat of every flight, everywhere it flies? Southwest, the low fare airline. That's literally their branding, the low fare airline. All airlines operate within a budget. Only one airline operates within your budget. We'd like to match their new fares, but then we'd have to raise ours. Every single time. This is the one thing that they are, well known for, among 2 others. The other 2 being, you get to choose your own seat. You board in groups. If you board in group A, you're the first one up. Choose a seat. Doesn't matter where, you get to choose where you are. Again, this is another ad, I believe, from the 80s, back when print was popular. With open seating, you choose who sits next to you. Great. Of course, they can't touch this one either. Just fucking kidding. Surprise. Fuck you. 54 years of standard out the window. Southwest Airlines says that it will introduce assigned seats and a premium perk in 2026. Let's go. Let's fucking go. That's what we're going for. Assigned seating now. And of course, there is exactly one thing that they are fundamental, like the bread and butter of this airline. And of course, they cannot touch this one. They cannot touch the fact that there are 2 free checked bags. This is the reason that people use them. That is not an exaggeration. In fact, they've done studies and shown If they were to remove this, it would bring in $1.5 billion a year, but it would cost them $1.8 billion in lost business because people choose to fly Southwest because of its generous baggage allowance. They fly because of the baggage. So of course they can't change that one. Fuck you! Fuck you! Of course they're doing it. Of fucking course they're doing it. Of course they're doing it. Oops, there it goes. It's gone. They said earlier, they will never change this. This was in September. They were like, we're not changing that. We couldn't possibly change that. We know that this wouldn't work. This study was also from September. They were like, of course we're not going to remove this. In September, they were like, all about we're not ever removing this. Fuck you, we're removing this. They are like burning everything. So let's go over everything that they've cut. Here is the Want to Get Away package. It is the lowest tier that currently exists, and as of May 28, the new tiers. They're getting rid of the 2 free checked bags. They're bread and butter, which you couldn't. You fucking can't do that. You can't do that. They're lowering the rapid rewards points. It used to be 6 times. Now it's 2 times. Now it takes money to cancel. In fact, you're not even allowed to cancel at the lowest fare, even though you used to be able to do that for free. It used to just be free. And on top of that, if you cancel a flight, the credits expire. They expire now. And the see yourself policy is also gone. So it's everything is what the fuck do they have anymore? The low fare airline, what am I buying for? Give me any plane. I'll fucking fly the plane myself. So and I empathize with the poor social media manager who had to do this shit, right? Like, they're not the ones who made this the case. They didn't choose to do this themselves. But they're trying to do the best damage protection that they can. They try to post dogs, like, tried and true method of, like, hiding the bad news. That doesn't change anything. No longer flying Southwest button. 8,000 people pressed it. A valiant effort, posting these dogs in the hopes that people would not dunk on the bag policy. You can't hate on puppies, right? Right? Please! Please don't harass me! Please, it's not my fault! That's where they are. But no props to the social media manager on this part. They go, it's not like we traded Luka. If you're unfamiliar, the Luka trade is one of the most biblically what the fuck trades in NBA history. Which happens to be a double whammy because the free bags are their Luka, and also they're based in Dallas. It's the fucking Mavericks that just had this fucking punch in their mouth, and you're going, yeah, we're taking that away. They are the fucking Luka. That's the Luka. So, of course, airlines take quick note of this. Frontier says they're basically calling this the divorce your old airline deal and saying that they'll make it permanent if they get enough traction where now you can have free bags, low fares, and more. They're trying to position themselves as the good replacement for the Southwest customers who are pissed that they no longer have the bags. And, of course, American Airlines jumps on the train, trying to do it a little bit more underhandedly. Like, hey, if you have a Southwest A-List or A-List Preferred membership, we'll give you an equal membership at American Airlines in a temporary form just for you to test it out. Because we understand you don't want to stick around there, right? So, yeah. All the companies are treating this brand as like an actual punching bag right now because it is. The CEO is going batshit insane, cutting literally everything that makes what the company represents. The investors are getting more and more pissed by the day. I can almost promise you the CEO will in fact be ousted because there's no way that after all of this shit, he gets to stay there. But that's where it stands at this exact moment. We'll see how it goes going forward. That is everything for this week in terms of the market. Southwest Airlines is going down, and it's basically all the CEO's fault. Like the video, you know the fucking drill. Subscribe, please. I'm begging you. I get to monetize at 1,000 subscribers. That would be nice. But if you want to be a part of next week's video, see yourself as a little commenter, I have a way for you to do that. Be here at 1 p.m. EST at twitch.tv/smoothly. All right. Thank you, guys. I'll see you later.